welcome back to Studio Lou. Today I have a journal flip through for you. So this is the Mossy. So this little character here is the Mossy, and it's from a book called The Moldy, and I'll show that to you in just a moment. Actually, I'll show it to you now. So this is the book here, The Moldy, by Nicola Bailey and William Main. So some of the ephemera in this book is from that book. There was some really lovely natural imagery, and I really liked this character. So I thought I wanted to make a journal that was just inspired by this character and kind of the world that I imagined for it. This is mostly a writing journal. It's not super over decorated or anything like that. So I took the book plate. This was the cover of the book. It was quite shiny, so I put a matte medium on it to just make it a little bit more matte. And then it is attached here with 4 brads. Below it is a book plate. It's a vintage 1930s book plate, and I've just put a little label in there which you could use, you could replace, you could remove. But I really liked this intricate book label. It's quite lovely. Then the spine is hand built with these nice ribs, so this book feels very much like a tome, like a more antique kind of book. And the fabric on top of this is like a black crackled fabric. So the book cloth itself is the original brown book cloth, and on the back is my Studio Lou wax seal. Just kind of fun, and so you can see that I've also inked in green, so it has more of a mossy, earthy kind of feel. So the signatures, there are 6 of them in this book, and I just left the tails long in this kind of dark mossy green. So let's get into this book. So when you open it on up, you'll see that the end pages are actually those vintage hanging folders, and I just deconstructed them so I could keep these kind of interesting keyhole looking indentations. So there's a pocket here, and inside of it is a journal card. Behind it is just some botanical collage, and this is the journal card. It's from one of the book images. And then into signature 1, this is a picture from the book The Moldy, and I've sewn some nice kind of rustic silk fabric down the side. And this is the back of the book page. It has this nice like light botanicals throughout it. Hopefully you can see that okay on camera, but there's a lot of that kind of botanical imagery and other imagery that's just very light green. And then I've covered up the text from the page just with some marbled avocado paper just to make it easier to just kind of write on this page. This is just gray cardstock, and this is avocado dyed paper with some winter plants, some pine cones. This is one of a few book pages that you'll see that are like these. It's a Canadian plants book that has beautiful illustrations. Cabbage dyed paper. This is marbled construction paper. And then there's a little bird up here and some more birds down here. This is a digital of some vintage wallpaper. And then a book page collage with some plants, more of the dyed avocado paper, more book page collage with more plants. And this is the center of the first signature, this lovely bird. Stenciling, coffee dyed paper, more stenciling. And then on this side we have a belly band and a tag that's made with this image from the book of a little mole talking to a little beetle, and there's some mushrooms up top. And that's been tied up with some iridescent silk. This Easter egg dyed paper, cabbage dyed paper, yellow pond lily, sort of the story of it and its relation to Canada. And the back of the page has the pictures of the plants. And then this is one of the book pages from the book, and I've just sewn some lace down the side, and I'm not sure. Let me hold this up so you can see the detail on that image of these lovely like women wearing leaves, and they're just cooking in a kitchen. And then this is the back of that page. It has like a needle and thread and some botanicals and more of that marble dyed avocado paper. This is scrapbook paper with some really nice sari lace. And then there's an altered paper clip here with some pine cones and pine. And this is a large journal card of the Mossy being carried away from his friends with a flying beetle. That just tucks up there. And then a coffee dyed page with a little botanical there. And a page about sunflowers. And a hummingbird. Some more of that vintage wallpaper. This is indigo dyed paper. My coffee dyed doily paper. Or sorry, avocado dyed doily paper. And then this is an adorable picture of all these little snakes. Look at these little guys. They're so cute. Like, even if you don't like snakes, you gotta like these guys. They all have these little sweet faces that are like little small faces, and they're long guys, and they're all at different heights all hanging out together. Like, how adorable is that? That was my moment, sorry. And cabbage dyed paper. And this is a coloring book page. Just pretty. Cabbage dyed paper, and then a couple little birds there. And one more of those little snakes, couple more actually. More of the avocado dyed lace paper, indigo, and this bird. Lots of writing space. And this is more of the vintage wallpaper. And this is about jewelweed. And on the back we have the sunflowers from the other side of the page. And then we have a belly band here that's made from the original book page with those light botanicals. And then that's the journal card inside. It's the Mossy putting this little thread around a snail, or a slug, actually, a slug's head. So cute. And then more of that nice lace. And on this side we have this fun yarn that's been sewn here. And avocado dyed paper. Bladderwort is another plant. And Jack in the Pulpit. And for these, you'll always see the other side has the image or the words related to that book page. So you always have the full page. And then this is some really nice, like vintage gray gridded paper. Graph paper. And a page on how mushrooms grow. And this is just more dyed paper, avocado dyed. This is bullet journal dotted paper. And some really nice insects. Stenciling. This is cabbage dyed lace paper. And a coloring book page. Really pretty branches. More stenciling. More bugs and bullet journal paper. This is just an ecology book page. This is the Jack in the Pulpit image with this little frog, or sorry, salamander. And a little water beetle and a dragonfly. And then this is a little side tuck made from those nice light botanicals. And this is the journal card that's in here. It's a nice big journal card with these like thistle guards. And on this side we have some naturally dyed wool yarn. And this is a lovely little picture of an owl. It's been painted. This is a gravestone rubbing. Avocado dyed paper. This is a book page of these little kids dressed as like worms. And here they are dressed as dragonflies. This is some shibori indigo dyed paper. This is construction paper that's been marbled. Eco dyed watercolor paper. This paper has fall leaves on it. This is a little picture of a fox. It's another of those ecology book pages, forest ecology. And this is more vintage wallpaper. And just this nice collage of botanicals at the back. And this is avocado dyed paper. Stenciling. Another ecology page with some mushrooms and talks about mycelium. Can a forest recover from a fire? So it talks about how forests recover from forest fires. And then this little botanical sticker here. More of that leaf paper and more eco-printed paper on watercolor paper. I did these eco-prints myself. It's the original, it's not a scan. More indigo shibori. And then this is marbled avocado dyed paper, this little butterfly at the bottom. And more of that paper with a mushroom there. Another gravestone rubbing. And another owl. And then this signature begins with this image. It's those little thistle guards and some other little creatures in jars from the story of the moldy. And some gray paper, graph paper. And then this is a large macro photograph of a plant. And that's a little mushroom. How does a tree return to the soil? Another of those ecology pages. And on back we have this handmade paper that I made from a bunch of leaves. And then this is just some dandelions. And this is avocado dyed, eco-printed with flowers. And then some teal paper with like a stony kind of at the bottom. And then some insects. And a piece of ledger. A succulent. More bugs. More eco-prints. You can really see the leaves here. Lots of nice dark printing. And then this is avocado dyed with doily. And more dandelions. And then just a little botanical here and some more of that leaf paper and ecology page. And then some lanterns. And more of the macro. More of the gray paper. And then this is another page from the moldy. Some nice lace on the side. And then this is a book page that's been collaged with these birds. And some nice fabric on the side that matches the spine. And this is a book page of those little kids dressed as bugs. And another page from the moldy. And then this is a magazine page about how to make a dogwood nest to put your flowers in. And all of the instructions are actually here. This is another indigo shibori dyed page. And a photographic magazine page of all these monarch butterflies. And then just a little sticker here of a persimmon and cabbage dyed paper and a moth. And this is actually an envelope. And tucked inside the envelope is this journal card of the Mossy trying to bring some comfort to this mole underground. And that just tucks right in this envelope. And some coffee dyed paper. This fish, this is large format encyclopedia. And there's actually some botanical flowers stuck to it. I'll just leave it there though. It's just a flower petal. From when I did the dyeing, I added coffee, cabbage, and flower petals. And this is vintage wallpaper. And this is an image of like a needle and thread and embroidered botanicals. It's from the moldy book. And then it has this journal card inside. This little hedgehog and this little woman. And the hedgehog is holding like a towel and then two little basins that are actually the top of acorns full of water. And some stenciling in the center of the signature. And the other side of that envelope has this little bird and a journal card inside that's a leaf that's had a face torn out of it and just some entomology book and gold leafing all collaged. And then on the back it's got this rhubarb sticker. Little mushroom and some inking. More monarchs, more of the shibori indigo dyed, and the rest of the instructions on from that magazine. And then there is a large tuck here made from those light botanicals. And this is a large journal card with this beautiful hedgehog. That's from the original book. This is a book page from the Moldy and the back, and more of the coffee dye doily paper. And then this is kind of the page that says goodbye, and it's got this little mushroom person here, and it says gray light that casts no shadows. And then this back page has this raven and these beautiful illustrations with birds and butterflies, dragonflies, and these flowers and berries. And then in the back, this is another little image from the book page, some lace down the side here. And then again, we've used that old file folder with the keyhole cutouts and some collaging with botanicals. This is the note from me, the bookmaker. And then this is just a little journal card with one of my my own preserved ginkgo leaves. So here we go. And that is the Mossy. The Mossy will go up in my Etsy shop this week. All of the links to my social media, including my Etsy shop, are in the description box below. Thank you so much and have a great day.